everybody. I've got Kelly, my wife, with us today, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about what's going on with the world, the facts that we're dealing with from the media, from the situation, really just all the details of what's going on with the world, but from a perspective of mental health, with the key words being social distancing and isolation. I know people struggling with mental health that isolation can be devastating. So how are you handling that?
Um, it's been kind of funny at first when all of this came out in the social distancing, and there's lots of things out on the media about how introverts, this is what we've been trained to do all of our lives, and it's fun, and this is, we can stay at home in our pajamas and we don't have to talk to people, like this is our normal life.
Mm-hmm.
But, and they usually tell us, a lot of people with anxiety, is to do the opposite and of what we would normally think or what we would normally do. Isolation feels good a lot of times, but it does, even when this first started, I could tell that the first day, all I wanted to do was stay in bed. It was dark, it was rainy, I felt tired when I had already slept, and just being able to realize, okay, this isn't the normal me, and just feeling, you just automatically feel that heaviness, and to make yourself get up and do something. But isolation is the worst thing that we can do as people who are that have a tendency of depression. And so it definitely helps having accountability, having friends and family checking on me has been very helpful. Zoom has been really great for work, and then for just to communicate. I will say that social media, I do really have to watch how much social media I'm putting inside of me. And again, it's finding that balance of, I want to know what's happening in the world,
Yeah.
and I want to be educated and wise, but I've got to find that balance of, okay, this is making me feel so much fear that I'm really bringing on myself. So putting time limits on that has been helpful. But yeah, that's the scary part, is because I like isolation. I like being alone, and this whole idea of social distancing is appealing. But there's also, I know myself well enough to know that there's a time frame where it's healthy and where it will become unhealthy.
So what are some tools that someone that might be watching this video right now, they're actually feeling right now? They're feeling isolated. They may not have a support system checking on them. What can they do to find some hope right now during these challenging times?
Again, this might sound a little silly to someone that doesn't necessarily struggle with depression and anxiety. If you have a pet, they have been part of the best parts of my day sometimes. And I hope that maybe you could have a dog or a cat or something. There's a lot of peace that just having an animal brings, and taking them for a walk, being outside. I forget how much just taking a walk can help, and just being outside. It really does boost our serotonin, immune system. Reading but reading the right things. Of course, reading scripture, also reading books. I like a book that is fun, maybe even a movie or a show that's fun and you don't have to think, but then also a book that will cause you to learn. Reading books about, for me, it's books about recovery or about coaching and leadership. So something that serves two purposes. And journal. I just cannot express how much journaling has meant to me, and to be able to look back and to see years from now, when we hit the coronavirus of 2020, to look back and see how everything was, how we processed that.
What are some opportunities for some really hopeful and joyful moments in all this?
Hobbies, the things that you always say, well, if I just had a week to do this, then I could. So we've already cleaned the house from top to bottom. I love baking, And of course, you get to reap the benefits
Yes,
of
I
that. But trying new recipes, just those little things that bring me excitement. I had a new recipe for a dessert and tried that out. I have really enjoyed our girls and watching them do their work, and I'm beginning to see all of their strengths and their weaknesses and just all their personalities, which we always know, but to be home with them and see that, and they're just funny. I'm under a lot less stress with work, so that helps, because without that stress, I'm seeing all of the fun things that you usually miss within a day, because the laundry's done, the house is clean. Now what? There's only so much cleaning that you can do, and here it is, day 4 of our quarantine, and just finding new things to do with the girls has been a lot of fun.
Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you, Kelly, for giving us some tips on how to combat depression, anxiety, and isolation during this time. Please share this video, and I really believe this is going to provide some help and some tools and resources for somebody that might be feeling exactly what we're talking about. So thank you so much.